My name is Ragnhild May, and the sculpture that I exhibit at SPOR Festival is called SIREN Song. In my installation, I worked with the Danish tradition or the Scandinavian tradition of folk songs that are narrative songs. Often they are about mythical creatures, and there is a whole lot of songs about mermaids. And in my installation, I made a contemporary updated version of a mermaid song. So I'm very inspired by the tradition of Scandinavian and Danish folk songs, and I worked with a good friend of mine who's called Morten Winter Nielsen, who I collaborated with in the past. We wrote the song together, and then the song is sung by a singer called Helene Tungelund. I think when people experience my work, they will immediately come to think of the most famous sculpture we have in Denmark, and that's a sculpture depicting the Little Mermaid. And I think it's a bit of a weird sculpture. We have so many sculptures, bronze sculptures in Denmark, and they are often depicting. Most of them are depicting men who lived in the past, like kings or merchants, powerful men. But then we have this Little Mermaid that is a very diminutive little sculpture depicting a naked woman. And often when we have sculptures that are depicting females in public space, they are naked, and often they are not real women who lived, but mythical creatures or fairy tale creatures like this one. So I think that will be the reference that most people would think of. And then unlike the Little Mermaid, my mermaid is just the head. There is just the head left, and it's expressing itself. It has its own voice. I think it's interesting, this potential that the monstrous women have to be transgressive. Because when we see in general in public space, there are a lot of depictions of females. It's often models and and they all live up to very much the same bodily ideals. And in that way, I think it's interesting what potential does this monstrous creature have that is not even human. So in my song, the mermaid talks about a utopian dream that she has, and in the human point of view, a dystopian dream where a world has been flooded because of humanity's the way that humanity treated the world, and that is because of global warming that. Suddenly there's no land left, and she's calling this future time that the monsters have returned to the earth, and that the human beings are suddenly gone, so it gets this sci-fi-ish layer. And Yes, I think it's very obvious that we have a problem with global warming and the oceans rising, and we have a problem with taking care of nature, and it's sort of a comment on that, on how humanity is not doing what's best for ourselves and the planet.